There are many different ways how we deal with a loss of a loved one. In India, this is celebrated. In Ghana, it's also celebrated. But here in Ethiopia, we deal with it in a very different way. We have different ways and ceremonies how we deal with death. You might ask, why are we talking about death and all of this and why you're dressed in black? So that's what I'm going to get into. And for obvious reasons, I am not going to film the ceremonies and all of this process because death is not celebrated here in my country and it is not something to share online. But just for the sake of knowledge, I'm going to share with you what things that we do and how we mourn when we lose someone that we love. I wanted to do this video for a very long time, but I haven't done it for many reasons. I'm all in black because I had some death in my family and we are in mourning. This past 2 months have been a little bit weird, but part of life. So last week I lost one of my uncles from my mother's side, and this week I lost another uncle from my father's side. So this week have been a little bit sad. Right now I am in a football stadium because I brought my nephew. He has football, so it's actually a good place to get away from all of it. But I wanted to come and share with you how we mourn in our culture when we lost someone. It started raining, so I'll continue this when I get home because and the boys are still playing football, so let me just go in there because I don't want to wet my phone. Abby, let's go. Where? See, we're gonna go in that thing. I'm a strong believer on people supporting each other while they're still alive. But the way we mourn is a little bit heavy, but at the same time, it's there to support the family that is left behind. We have this thing called Iddir. When someone died somewhere in the West, I don't know how you really do it, but from my knowledge, if someone dies, you have the family members have to deal with everything, the arrangements for the funeral, etc., for the food, all the arrangements and everything else on top of grieving the ones that they love. But here in Ethiopia, we have this thing called Iddir. So Iddir is a community, which is it's a group of people. It could be your family, your friends, your surroundings in your area where you live. There is a man's Iddir, የወንድ ዕድር, የሴት ዕድር, which means a man's Iddir and women's Iddir. So for both, you pay every month. Money will be collected throughout the year, every month. And if somebody passes away, that money will come out and that will be used for the funerals, for the food, for every and any necessities that you will need to attend the guests and for the funeral and the church arrangements. And all of these things, that the food preparation and everything, would be prepared by the people who are in the Iddir, not by the family members who are grieving. The man's Iddir will take care of everything that has to do with the coffin, with the burials, preparing the tents, the chairs, everything, because that Iddir will have a tent, they have chairs, they have all of these materials that you need to receive your guests when they come to pay their respects. And the women Iddir will take care of all the rest of the things, that is preparing the food, attending to the guests that are coming, and of course emotionally being there to support you in any way that you need them. So this Iddir will be in your house for 3 days straight. They will not leave, they will stay in the tent and they will attend all those people that are coming. They will feed, they will clean, they will do everything that is necessary. So you don't have to worry about anything else except for mourn the one that you lost, without having to deal with all of this work and process. And I think that's very beautiful to have all of this support system. When someone passes away, what happens is they'll clean the body, they prepare it, of course they'll call all family and friends and the priest and everything, and then they prepare the body, they clean the body, and it will be prepared. After it's prepared, we call it Maganas. That's also another story, how they do all of that, but I don't want to get into it. So after they prepare all of that, they call the priest. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. They can do the prayers at home where the body is with their family, or they can take the body to church, do the prayers, and then in the morning do the burials in the church. Or sometimes they just do it at home. They do the prayers at home. We call it mefetat, fethat. They do that at home, and then they take it to the church, and there will be more prayers there, and then after that they will do the burials. So after the ceremony, people will go back to the house, and the men Iddir will prepare the tents, will prepare the chairs and everything that is necessary to receive guests that are coming from the qabr, which is like from the burial. And the women Iddir will prepare all the food and the water and everything that you need to receive guests. And they will prepare all of that. And when the people come, there is this thing that will be served first that is called Nefro. And Nefro is made out of wheat and chickpeas. And the wheat and chickpeas will be boiled, and that will be served as, like as a snack the moment the people arrive. And then they will be given lunch. And on the third day, there is this thing called Celeste. And that is an important day because we believe the Celeste is the day we believe the body starts decaying. So on the Celeste, people will go back to the church, to the burial site, and there will be prayers, and they'll come back to the house and they'll have lunch. And after the third day, all the tents and everything will be taken out, and that will be done of the job of the Iddir. But they will still be there for you because the Iddir people are your neighbors, your friends and family. And on the seventh day, we do the prayers that we call Tzalot HaFitahat. Tzalot HaFitahat we do for the Celeste, for the 7th day, for the 12th day, for all of them we do Tzalot HaFitahat. Tzalot HaFitahat means prayer for the relief of sins. So those prayers are done on the Celeste, on the 7th day, 12th day, and all of these days Tzalot HaFitahat will be done. There is different type of prayers for each one, but we call them Tzalot HaFitahat. And if there's different names for them, please let me know in the comments here and educate me. So after the Celeste, there is ሰባት ቀን 12 ቀን 1 ወር 40 ቀን 80 ቀን 6 ወር 1 ዓመት, which means the third day Celeste, the third day, the 7th day, 12th day, a month, 40 days, 80 days, 6 months, and a year, the one that passed away. So all these have their own different ceremonies, and the one that is on the 40th day, that is also, that will be the ceremony of the tombstone because it will be ready. They will do like prayers, and they will do like a little bit of food and everything in the house, and people will come and see the people and pay their respects. And if that's not ready on the 18th day, they do that as well. They can do it on the 40th day, or they will do it on the 80th day. And if you already done this on the 40th day, on the 80th day, it will just be a prayer and a memorial, or to remember. They will do like a prayer, and there will be some food and all of this. And after that, after the 6 months, they will do this another prayer. And then after that, every year, people will make food and give it to the poor in the name of the one that passed away, or they will just invite their neighbors and family members to come and remember the person that passed away and have prayers for them. So all of this ceremonial process, the ቀብር ሰልስት 7 ቀን 12 ቀን 1 ወር 40 ቀን 80 ቀን 6 ወር 1 ዓመት, all of these are religious rituals. So we are Orthodox Christians, and all of these are from the Bible, and they all follow the Bible steps. And the first day is obviously the qabr, which is the burial, and the third day is the decaying of the body and the prayers, and then the 7th day represents something else, the 12th day represents something else. They all represent something from the Bible. And the 40 days, I think the 40 and the 80 days kind of represents of when Adam and Eve died and when they went to heaven. I think like Adam was 40 days and Eve was 80 days, something like this. So that's what it's representing, all of it. So it's all rituals from the Bible. So obviously, if it's a Muslim family, they don't have all of this process. So it's different depending on the religion you come from. But majority of the people here are Orthodox, and we have this process. After the burials, when you come back to the house, people will come back with you because they will be like, it's not something that I love about our culture is that people will show up for you when you most need them. So this is the time that you will need people to be around you because especially like some people get to a point where they really harm themselves. They show their sadness by harming themselves. That is by beating their chest while they cry. They shave off their hair to show their sadness. They harm themselves and just scratch their faces and all of this to take away their beauty because they lost someone they love. So they showcase it by doing all of these harms to themselves. So it's very important to have all of these support system around them so they don't do all of this. And another thing that is done is people sleep on the floor. So nobody sleeps on the bed. Everybody will sleep, like if they're sleeping in the tent the first few days, everybody will sleep on the floor all together. And after the tent is gone, also people will still sleep on the floor for some time, depending on how much time the family wants to do that. For a period of time, there won't be no music, TV, or any type of celebrations in the household. Even their neighbors turn down their music and TVs not to disturb them. And another thing that we do to show our sadness or mourning is by wearing all black. And this wearing of black can go on into wearing it for a month, for 6 months, for a year, and some people even wear it for years. That's like a little bit extreme, but there are people for that. And there's an etiquette to go to Lexovate. So when you go to Lexovate, you either have to put all black or cover your hair with a scarf and everything. And we have Netela, and the Netela have to be upside down. We call it Netela Netela because normally Netela is dressed like this, but when you go to Lexo, you have to wear the Netela upside down, showing that the world is upside down because this person passed away. For the Netela Telet or the end of the Netela, it's preferred to be this dark and not colorful. Apart from Netela mezekzek or putting a scarf on your head, things that people do when they go to Lexovate is there will be like lots of people coming to pay their respect. It don't matter when someone dies in Ethiopia, and like it doesn't even matter you know them or you don't. Like if you pass by and you see someone that's passed away, you go and you pay respect and you go. And sometimes you don't even need to know the people. If it is like a friend of your neighbor or your neighbor's cousins, uncle or whatever, you pay your respect. And to pay the respect, people don't only go to the Lexovate and pay their respect. They take food, they take breads, they take coffee, they take sugar, they give money, like whatever it is to support those people in their sad time, because they'll have lots of people coming to pay their respect, so they don't want those people to be without to spending all their money, so they will support in a way that they can, so they help them out. If you know anything more about these rituals and why the Celeste, or why the 12 day, the 7 day, and the 6 months, and all of this is happening, you can let me know here in the comments. I know something about the Bible, but I'm not like super good about it, and I don't really know deep. So it will be really nice if you can help me out and write it down here. I will try to educate myself for further knowledge, but for the moment this is what I know about Lexo and funerals and memorials and all of this process and the things that we go through when someone passes. So from this video, what I'm trying to say is that, and this is something that I really love about my culture, is that we have this togetherness when it comes to death, because like when you're happy, when you're celebrating something, it's very easy to have everyone around you. But when you lose someone, when you're in the sadness, when you're having a bad time, it's very important to have people around you. And having this community to support you and to be there with you, so you don't do something bad to yourself, or so you don't feel lonely, so you can forget a little bit about your sorrows. All these people are there with you from the day that someone passed away until 7 to 12 to 3 to 4 to 7 to a year. All these people are there to support you and to be there for you in every way possible. It's like you don't even need to go to therapy or anything because your community is there with you to support you. And I think that is something very, very beautiful that we have. And that's why I wanted to share it to the world, because I think if everybody had this type of support, then life could be a little bit easier. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something new today. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next video.